What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now just under 230 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year, only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below, answering the question of the day, which is this. What are your guys' thoughts on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair's reign as the women's tag team champions? Let me know down in the comments below. And speaking of Jade Cargill, we actually have some unfortunate news regarding the current women's tag team champion, the aforementioned Jade Cargill. Obviously, we know, and we saw this past Friday on SmackDown, Jade Cargill got taken out in the parking lot. In fact, somebody put her through a car, through the hood and the windshield of a car, and no one knows who did it. And apparently, there's been a lot of speculation over the last 48 hours that supposedly it was a member of Team Liv, Team Liv, who pulled it off. Obviously, Nia Jax's alibi had checked out because of the fact that she was with both Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae trying to prepare for the main event from that night, which was obviously Candice and Tiffany against Bayley and Naomi. So it basically comes down to who exactly did it, and all eyes are on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day. However, we do know that, we can provide a massive update on Jade Cargill. In fact, WWE actually stated that she has suffered multiple injuries, including deep lumbar, paraspinal muscle contusions, bruised kidney, sprained MCL, tibial plateau, bone bruise, and facial lacerations. And obviously she was obviously slated to compete in the tournament to crown the first ever women's U.S. champion. However, unfortunately, that is no longer the case, as there will be a replacement for Jade. Not only for War Games, but also for the tournament as well. In fact, I believe WWE.com actually did an official statement. Let's see. Here we are. Let's see. Hang on, guys. Let me look up. Let's see. Here we are. Let's see. Yeah, so, yeah, I thought so. So she basically suffered like so many injuries, as well, including a concussion. She's just banged up. So with this piece of news now available to the public, now the question becomes this, because there are obviously 3 questions that we need to answer. First and foremost is the question of whether or not Jade and Bianca have to relinquish the women's tag team titles. The other 2 questions are, who will replace Jade in the women's U.S. title tournament, and who will replace Jade in the women's War Games match this upcoming Saturday. And honestly, all 3 questions plus one other question is, who exactly attacked Jade Cargill? And crazy as it sounds, those 4 questions, I feel like we already know the answers to them. So first and foremost, as far as the tournament goes, I feel like there needs to be someone from within SmackDown who I believe is deserving of an opportunity at the title. And honestly, crazy as it sounds, I feel like it should be someone who had already competed in the tournament, but had already lost. So it could end up being Candice LeRae. It could literally be just about anybody. In fact, I believe the roster for SmackDown is actually not that bad. It's actually pretty... Excuse me. It's actually pretty fucking loaded, to be quite honest. SmackDown. Here we are. Let's see here. There's B-Fab, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Blair Davenport, Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green, Elektra Lopez, obviously the aforementioned Jade Cargill, Michin, Naomi, Nia Jax, Piper Niven, Tiffany Stratton. I mean, you got a plethora of talent. But think about this. We could also end up seeing someone from NXT show up. So I mean, you got women like Adriana Rizzo, Ariana Grace, who we hadn't seen in NXT in quite some time. In fact, I think it's been since what? Heat Wave back in July, I think it was, that we last saw her. Crazy. Brindley Reese, Carly Bright, Cora Jade, Danny Palmer, Fallon Henley, the new women's North American champion. We could see Gigi Dolan, who we found who apparently according to some photos taken by fans on X, apparently she made her triumphant return since March, I think, funny enough. Julia, there's Izzy Dame, JC Jane, Jada Parker, Jakarta Jackson, Jasmine Next. I mean, the list of the female talent that's on NXT is up there. It is up there. But we could also see somebody from Raw as well. Obviously, we don't really know for sure, but we will find out obviously this coming Friday on SmackDown. But I think this also ties with the question of whether or not Bianca and Jade are going to be forced to give up their titles, and obviously with the fact that there's no real timetable as to how long Jade Cargill will be out of action for, I think it's pretty safe to say that after War Games, we might end up having to see Jade and Bianca have to relinquish the tag team titles and just wait, just wait until Jade comes back and they get a rematch or something. Because if you guys recall, there have been countless times in WWE, especially in the tag team division, where if someone gets hurt or if someone stabs their tag team partner in the back, then the other teammate would have to defend the tag team titles by themselves. We saw Kane do that when his tag team partner Hurricane Helms couldn't make it. We saw Seth Rollins do it. We saw quite a few people do it, funny enough. And I think, honestly, as crazy as it sounds, and I'm probably gonna get some heat for this, but I think we might just end up having to see Jade and Bianca give up their tag team titles. I know it's gonna be a bit upsetting for a lot of fans who are huge fans of Jade and Bianca, but I mean that's just how it is. I mean, obviously this now ties into the question of who attacked Jade. Honestly, I think it was Liv and Raquel. I think because of their run-in on Raw in Riyadh, I think it comes down to exactly why. Why did they do that? Simple. They wanted to ensure that the match would be 5-on-4 this coming Saturday at Survivor Series, but that's not the case, because coming into the last question of who exactly is going to replace Jade, there's been a lot of chatter that supposedly it's going to be Bayley, and the reason why Bayley being the replacement, it makes a lot of sense, is because of a few things. For one, Bayley is really good friends with Naomi and Io Sky, even in spite of Damage Control stabbing Bayley in the back. The bond that Bayley shares with Io, it's still there, 100%. No denying it whatsoever. And it's the same thing with Naomi. Even when Bayley first turned heel, the bond that they shared was still there. And I get that Bianca is probably going to be a bit hesitant to have Bayley as her teammate in War Games, but let's also not forget that Tiffany Stratton was the one responsible for costing Bayley the WWE Women's title at SummerSlam against Nia Jax. So obviously there is a lot of animosity there. Obviously there was also a couple of run-ins that Bayley had with Liv Morgan over the years, especially when she was a part of Damage Control. And obviously Raquel got getting involved. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy, but I think now that we've answered at least three questions, I think the last one just is still up there, which is whether or not Jade and Bianca have to relinquish their tag team titles. At this point, it's hard to say. We will have to wait over time, but I think sometime in the next week or two, we are gonna be seeing Jade. We are gonna have to see Jade and Bianca give up their titles, and it's gonna break them because the thing is that Bianca Belair has won damn near every single championship that she has ever held in WWE. The Raw Women's title, the SmackDown Women's title, the WWE Women's title, now the Women's Tag Team titles. Bianca Belair is making history in her own right, and for history to just plummet right in front of her eyes is just, it's gonna be heartbreaking. But I think as far as like whether or not we'll see them get their rematch at some point, 100%. We are going to 100% see Jade and Bianca get another opportunity at the tag titles at some point if they do have to give them up. But even if they don't, even if they don't, and it's only like, and Jade will only be gone for like maybe a few weeks or something, obviously the ring rust will definitely come into play, and we could end up seeing new tag team champions potentially before WrestleMania, which I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting to say the very least. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.